going on? Welcome to No Chill Promos. How y'all doing? Happy Juneteenth to everybody. My ass is gonna be working because I's broke. Right? But real quick before I get started on today's feature presentation here at No Chill Bingo Hall, just gotta do a quick shout out to all subscribers to the channel and to the followers of Rumble 430. Here on YouTube, 123 Rumble. Thank you so very much. But without further ado, let's get into it. Now, I've been thinking about this shit because this started all pretty much after WrestleMania 41. You had people blaming The Rock for not showing up, and that WrestleMania 41 was ass because of him. Then you got people that blame Triple H for WrestleMania 41 being ass. Right? You had The Rock coming out on Pat McAfee shows saying like, hey, my job was done. All right? Fuck I look like? Am I the head of creative? No. Do I have a big nose? No. Am I white? Yes, but that's besides the point. I'm not Triple H. Right? All right? I'm not the head of creative. He knew I was busy filming for these shitty movies I'm starring in this year, but he brought me in anyway. The final boss came through, stole the show for the millions and millions of fans worldwide, because that's what I do. Right? And that's what happened. And then the final boss makes the announcement that WrestleMania 42 is gonna be in New Orleans. Right? People are happy. You know, people save up. People make plans well in advance for an event like that. You know what I mean? Because for one, it's fucking expensive. Right? So you gotta save up money and make sure you have time off and all that good shit. Right? But here it comes. Triple H. I'm here to make the announcement that WrestleMania 42 will be back in Las Vegas. We broke all the records this year. We're gonna break even more next year. And people were pissed. And still pissed off. And I don't blame them. Especially, the only people who really should be pissed off is, well, for one, New Orleans. You know, all their folk down there. Anybody that was planning on going to see WrestleMania in New Orleans. Right? I feel bad for those people. 110%. Right? You got people blaming The Rock for lying to the people. You got people blaming Triple H for having TKO flip the script and then go back to Las Vegas because they're trying to create some centralized hub for WrestleMania instead of, going to a different city each year like they have been doing for like the past 4 decades. But what do I know? So it seems like there's some internal power struggle going on backstage, right? You got the Sith versus the Sith because neither of these assholes are Jedi. Absolutely not. So if the creative was actually creative, they would capitalize off of this drama that's been going on between these two really for decades. Because we all know Triple H and The Rock don't fuck with each other. All right? Even at the Hall of Fame this year with Triple H, I just want to thank me, myself, and my parents. Sean, I love you. I'm gonna kiss you on the lips. Stone Cold, Mick Foley, Killer Kowalski. Named everybody under the sun except for Dwayne Johnson. And then you have Dwayne Johnson coming out, checking Dave LaGreca, telling him, don't work yourself into a shoot, brother. It's all work. And that's the whole point of this storyline right here. All right? Is it a work? Is it a shoot? We're going to find out. Because if they weren't so fucking complacent and lazy with their booking and creative, they would do a Triple H versus The Rock. One last time, fighting for control of the WWE. Now, I'm not going to break down everything that's going to transpire up until WrestleMania 42. Right? Like, I don't give a shit about title changes between the United States Intercontinental and all the tag teams. All that doesn't matter. few titles that I do care about. That's the women's tag team belts and the top world titles for the men. All right, that's what I'm going to be focusing on mostly here for the storyline. And I'm going to focus on 4 PLEs in particular. It's going to be Summerfest, aka Summer Scam, Survivor Series, Royal Rumble, and WrestleMania 42. Those are the only ones that really fucking matter. Right, so building up to Summer Scam this year, right, you have The Rock. He comes back, and all people that are talking shit and booing him, they're going to be cheering him, right? He says, finally, The Rock has come back to Boston. And the final boss is here because he sees how ass Triple H has been at his job. So it's up to the final boss to finally come in and set things straight. Then you hear, time to play the game. Triple H comes out. He says, we don't need you here, Rock. Haven't you caused enough damage already with your shenanigans at WrestleMania 41? I don't need you. The people here don't need you. They love me, not you. I don't need you to hold me down any more than you already have in my career. The Rock says, well, Hunter, you've always been jealous of The Rock because you know deep down inside I'm more charismatic than you, I'm more athletic than you, I'm more jacked than you, and I'm back. The final boss is back to prove that I'm more creative than you. The Rock has come back to lay up the smack down on your candy ass and take over creative. And there's not a damn thing you or your butt buddy Shawn Michaels can do about it. Triple H says, you want a war? I said, you want a war? You got it. And then the crowd loses their minds. Right, got Cole on commentary. He's like, oh my God, what does that mean? War? Civil War? Fucking Pat, he's like, I don't know. I don't know. I stand with the final boss. That's all I'm saying. All right. I don't know about you, Cole, but I'm with The Rock. All right. So leading up to Summer Scam, all right, it's going to be The Rock deciding who his people are, which pretty much is all the bloodline, everybody. All right. And people who are not being used by Triple H. Then Triple H, all of his people, you know, all his kiddos from, you know, the Black and Gold NXT and all people that he's trying to push currently. And a couple weeks before Summer Scam is trying to convince the stragglers, the people who are on the fence. They're like, I don't like you, and I don't like you. Like, I don't know where to go. Right? They're trying to convince these people to join their sides. So we fast forward, Summer Scam is finally upon us. All right, it's announced that in the main event, it's going to be Triple H versus The Rock in a ladder match. Because the last time these two were in a ladder match was back at SummerSlam 1998. Now, the rest of the card doesn't really matter, right? Except for one match. That's for the women's tag team belts. Got the Bella Twins versus AJ Perez, aka Roxanne, and Raquel Rodriguez. Right, so I know Liv got injured, right, but the end result is still the same. The Bella Twins comes back, and they are the new women's tag team champions, the Bella Twins. We then move on to the main event here in night 2. And that's Triple H versus The Rock in a ladder match. Whomever wins gets the first pick in the upcoming WWE draft. Right? And I know both these guys are old as fuck. They can't really take bumps. So that's why it's going to be a bunch of interferences going on. Right? You have Triple H. He's doing his moves, pedigreeing Rock's people. You have The Rock. You know, he's hitting his rock bottoms, spine busters, and people's elbows to trips people. Fast forward to the finish. You know, you got the bloodline, Roman. helping The Rock climb up the ladder. He pulls down the clipboard. He officially has the first pick in the upcoming WWE draft. Now, before we proceed with the WWE draft, we get an announcement from the Bella Twins. They revealed that the only reason they came back is to help John Cena with his vision to ruin wrestling. So they will be retiring the women's tag team belts for good. And they leave. That's it. No more fucking women's tag teams in his fucking company. That's it. So John Cena is one step closer to achieving his goal. Right? The draft happens. Triple H, he has control over Raw, so he has all their champions. And then The Rock uses his executive powers to take over SmackDown, has all their champions. The line in the sand has been drawn, so we know who stands with who. So leading up to Survivor Series this year, you have people from SmackDown trying to take the titles from Raw, bring back to SmackDown, and vice versa. Right? Survivor Series is upon us. We have the traditional 5 versus 5 elimination tag team match. Right? Team SmackDown or Team Final Boss versus Team Croc, Team Pelican, Triple H, Raw versus SmackDown. Just how it used to be, right? And then all throughout the show, it's now SmackDown's people versus Raw's people, champion versus champion. And for the tag team match, for Team SmackDown, it'll be like Roman, Drew, L.A. Knight. Yeah. Jacob Fatu and Carmelo Hayes, right? And for Team Raw, it'll be the American Cuck, Cody Rhodes, Seth, the original Tribal Cuck, Rollins, Midcard Jey Uso, Yeet, Braun Breaker, and Karrion Kross. And the stipulation for this match is whomever wins gets to choose Cena's last opponent in December. So if Team SmackDown wins, Cena chooses nobody and leaves. Right? And obviously if Raw wins, they're going to choose their best candidate to beat John Cena. So we fast forward to the finish. Fucking, it doesn't matter. It'll be like fucking the American Cuck, Cody Rhodes, and fucking Jacob Fatu. Alright. I don't want to see him pin Roman, Drew, or LA Knight. And Hayes took enough L's. So Jacob, sorry. Alright. Fucking Rhodes is the crossroads to Jacob Fatu. He wins for Team Raw. Therefore, they're going to set up John Cena versus Cody Rhodes one last time. Alright. So we fast forward to December, the match happens, and whatever fucking the December to Dismember or whatever fuck Armageddon, who cares? Alright. Main event, Cody Rhodes, John Cena, who wins? Obviously it's gonna be John Cena. He mollywops that overrated mid-card piece of trash that is American Cuck, Cody Rhodes. All of Cena's contractually obligated dates are up. He leaves. Mission accomplished. He ruins wrestling. Obviously, the crowd's pissed off. They're booing the shit out of John Cena. He says, y'all can't see me. I'm out. Fuck y'all. All right. Calm commentary. He's in complete disbelief. He says, oh my God, what just happened? Cena just walked out with the belt. Wrestling's over. It's done. Right, and that leads us to the Royal Rumble, right? Because we have an announcement from the final boss. He reveals that phase 1 of the plan is complete. John Cena completed his mission as I predicted. So now that leads us to phase 2. Phase 1 was to reset. Phase 2 is to rebuild. So he announces the new WWE Championship. And that this year's Royal Rumble, whomever wins the Royal Rumble is now the new WWE Champion on some 1992 shit with a tear in my eye. Woo! So the weeks to come before Royal Rumble is to determine who gets in and all that good shit. And for those wondering about NXT, the final boss told Ava, I got this. Alright? Stay out of this. I'll take care of that big nose bastard myself. Daddy's got this. Trust me. Right? So the Royal Rumble gets here. You got 15 men for SmackDown, 15 men for Raw. Fast forward to the final two. Right? You got Ron Killings, who's still pissed off that he couldn't beat John Cena. And then you have L.A. Knight. Yeah. The final boss's illegitimate son in the finals. K-Quick makes quick work of L.A. Knight. Yeah. See what I did there? He eliminates him and he becomes the new WWE champion, Ron the Truth Killings. Making history. First black man to win the Royal Rumble, and he's finally WWE champion. All thanks to Triple H. Ooh, he's gonna take all the credit. It's like the big nose bastard that he is. Alright. Then fast forward to Elimination Chamber. Alright, and the World Heavyweight title is gonna be on the line here. You have 3 people from SmackDown, 3 people from Raw. Right? Fast forward, and Gunther's still champion, the Ring General. But not at the end of this match, because at the end, CM Punk becomes the new World Heavyweight Champion going into WrestleMania 42. Right? And before we get to WrestleMania 42, it's going to be established that Roman Reigns is going after CM Punk's World Heavyweight title, because he said, it's been too long since I've been champion. He did it for The Rock, and Raw will acknowledge the supremacy of the bloodline in the final boss. Right? And then for the WWE title, right, story's already there. You got Ron the Truth Killings versus L.A. Knight. Yeah. Got Trips in Ron's corner. Got The Rock in LA's corner. All right, and just imagine the promos leading up to it. You got the serious version of Ron Killings. You got LA Knight doing his thing as a heel. It will be fantastic. Right, and then that leads us to WrestleMania 42. Right, and like I said, as far as the other titles, I don't give a shit. be perfectly honest. Like, I'll be here fucking all day to try to determine who's fucking the Raw Women's Champion and who's the Intercontinental Champion. I ain't got time for all that. Alright, just like a general synopsis of how I would book a Triple H versus The Rock storyline. Alright, we get here, WrestleMania 42. Right, night 1 main event: Roman Reigns versus CM Punk, Pepsi Phil for the World Heavyweight Championship. Fast forward to the finish. Roman Reigns beats Punk and becomes the new World Heavyweight Champion for the final boss. Which then leads us to night 2's main event. Got Ron Killings versus LA Knight. Triple H is on edge. He says, Ron, you gotta do it. You're our last hope. You got The Rock telling LA to whoop his candy ass 6 ways from Sunday. You get the match. Fast forward to the finish. And of course, there's gonna be interference in this fucking match, obviously. LA Knight, yeah, gets the BFT in the final elbow to Ron. 1, 2, 3. And new WWE Champion, L.A. Knight. Yeah. So ending WrestleMania 42, we have the final boss. He's in full control of both the top titles in the company. You have Triple H come to the realization that he is a failure. That he failed to save the WWE. Right, but wait, there's more. Because we hear the no chance. No chance in hell. We see Do-Rag Vince and the Prince of Saudi Arabia coming out, made the announcement where Vince says, "Excuse me while I whip this out." right here at WrestleMania 42, Vince announces that he's back and he has officially taken over with the partnership of Saudi Arabia to take control and own the WWE once more. Right? The Rock's pissed off, Triple H is pissed off, and that's how you close WrestleMania 42. And I say this because word on the street is TKO is not happy with the WWE. So all the fucking articles talking about, yeah, we're good with WWE, they're making money, lies. Absolute lies. I heard Netflix, they're not happy with Raw, they don't step up, they'll drop their ass, which to be expected. I mean, how the fuck you go from 6 mil to like 2 mil within the same year? Like, that's terrible. That's not good. I don't care what anybody says. That's a global platform. A lot of people have access to Netflix, and that's all you can generate. It's terrible. And who was it? Jonathan Coachman talking about how Vince might be interested in trying to buy back WWE or some shit like that. Someone said that shit. Or was it Vince Russo? It might have been him. And, honestly, I wouldn't put it past Vince to try to buy back the WWE because I think deep down inside, he regrets it. I mean, there's no fucking way he could look at that product and be proud. I could be proud of seeing Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae on SmackDown. Absolutely not. So I wouldn't put it past him. Now, wouldn't that be some crazy ass shit? If that went down, of course, none of that is going to happen. At all. We're going to get the same stale bullshit, mundane, repetitive garbage that we've been getting under Triple H and his booking. But just imagine, man, the possibilities that they could do if they actually did a Triple H versus The Rock for control of creative in the WWE. And it would easily be the best shit they ever done since the first half of the Bloodline story. But yeah, that's all I gotta say about this bullshit. So I want to hear from you guys. Do you guys feel that they should do a Triple H versus The Rock storyline for absolute control of the company? Or do you think that The Rock's too fucking busy filming for his shitty movies like Fast 15 or Black Adam 2 or Jumanji 4, whatever bullshit he's putting out? Right, I want to hear from you guys. Put that shit in the comment section. But to those who go out the way and like and comment my videos, thank you so very much. To those who go out their way and dislike my videos, more power to you. As far as what's next, I'm going to be doing a video request of booking the Wyatt Six on SmackDown, going after the tag team titles. I know exactly how to go about it. So I got you, Dax. That will be next. All right. Yeah, so I waste enough of your guys' time. So with that said, be safe, be blessed, take care of yourself, protect yours, your loved ones, stay warm, stay dry, stay frosty, but most importantly, trust in God. God be with you. I'm out of here. Until next time. Adios.